Hello guys, my name is Ricardo Leon and I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager here at Levil Aviation.
And I am Ananda Leon, I'm the Software Engineer at Levil Aviation, and today we're gonna do a bomb demo, like in-flight bomb demo video, because we haven't actually shown what it is to fly with a bomb.
Okay.
So we have a bomb right here on the wing of a 172. And we're going to be showing today a ForeFlight and the Levil Aviation app combined together.
Okay.
Communicating with our bomb and see what kind of data and how it feels to fly with this technology.
Perfect. I'm going to do a quick turn here to the north. So we're going to go back to, kind of trying to head back a little bit to Sanford. Stay closer there. Okay. Perfect. So I have my ForeFlight app open here. What else? What should I do? How should I start? Let's say.
Well, right now you have it connected, so we're gonna start from the beginning. You're gonna go to Wi-Fi and connect to the bomb, which is already connected, and it's as simple as just opening your navigation app.
Okay.
In this case, it's ForeFlight, and that's it. So now ForeFlight is gonna grab all the information coming from the bomb. So the WASP GPS, you're gonna see yourself on top of the map. It's receiving all the traffic information around you. It's also receiving AHARS information. So ForeFlight has an AHARS window here. So you can see your horizon, your airspeed, your altitude. And the bomb, as we're flying, it's recording all this information into an SD card inside. And it's also sending AOA information, which you can't see on ForeFlight. So one of the questions we get a lot is, the bomb is great, I'm getting AOA, but how do I show it if ForeFlight is not showing this information? And the cool thing is that our free Levil Aviation app can be used alongside ForeFlight on an iPad. So basically, if you swipe up and find our app and you just put it in here, you can show some information like the AOA, and we have some traffic. I like this traffic view because on ForeFlight sometimes it's really hard to locate each traffic.
Okay.
There are these blue airplanes here, but you can sort of have a radar view and locate the traffic a lot better.
That's awesome. I like that I can see like kind of how far they are, either 5 nautical miles, 10 nautical miles, with this little, let's say, circle that you have right here. That's awesome.
So as far as communication, it's pretty simple. As long as the iPad is connected to the Wi-Fi of the bomb, all the apps, even if you're not using ForeFlight, if you're using iFlight GPS or any other app, most of them, they connect instantaneously.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything. There are some apps, however, that don't allow both apps to work simultaneously. So if you're using FlightQ, for example, you can only use one or the other. So make sure you close any other apps that are running on the background.
Okay.
And use that one. But for this flight demonstration, we're going to use ForeFlight. And so this tab right here can be hidden away. You can bring it by sliding to the left, or you can also use it as a split screen. So you have full ForeFlight functionality here and our app running simultaneously. The best, I would say, it's the landscape view.
Yes.
Because can you rotate it?
Yeah, I can rotate it here. So. There it is.
Okay, so I like this view better because you can do a third running our app and then the other using ForeFlight, and it just makes it so much nicer. You have your maps and everything. So this is one way to all the data coming from the bomb.
Perfect. Yeah, I saw your video. I know we have a video online on how to fully use this app. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, Ananda has a whole explanation, details on how to use the Levil Aviation app.
Correct.
The way I like to use my the app is when I fly. I like to put the EFIS right here, so I have my angle of attack indicator right here on the corner as well. I have my airspeed, I have my altitude, which I like, and I also have the traffic on this side, so I can see it with a little bit more details.
Yeah. So the cool thing is that you can customize basically your glass panel as you want by clicking here on our menu, and then you select what view you want. If you, for example, want to add another view, you can have up to 3 views. So you click new view, and then you can have, for example, your altimeter.
Okay. Or my angle of attack indicator. Let's say if I want to do my angle of attack. Or some people would like to have the, I've seen that they like this, the airspeed to be displayed in big instead of just the numbers here.
Yeah. Some shortcuts that you may not know is that if you double tap on any screen, it becomes full screen immediately, and you double tap to go back to your original layout.
What I like about the BOM is because I use multiple apps. I like to fly iFlight GPS, FlyQ. We have a wide variety of apps out there that people can use. SkyDemon, for example, in Europe. So that's a great thing. The BOM is compatible with all of these apps, and like Ananda said earlier, some of them are you can do a split screen, you can do a slide over, or some of them you can use either or our app or another app or another navigation app.
I mean, it depends what type of flying you use, because we have so many questions like which app do I choose?
Yes.
And it really depends on the type of flying that you do. If you're a VFR pilot, maybe you don't need all of the features that ForeFlight has for IFR flying, for example, and you can use some of the other apps. If you have an experimental airplane, for example, our autopilot, the iLevel autopilot, it works super good with the iFlight GPS because you can feed the flight plan to your autopilot, and we will follow your flight plan. So iFlight GPS is really good in that sense.
Okay.
But the BOM is compatible with all of them, so whatever you choose,
it's good. All right, let's talk about weather. So the BOM, I know we have 2 options. So we do have 2 options of BOM, an optional with ADS-B receiver, and then we have one without ADS-B receiver, which I think is mainly for those countries out there that do not have ADS-B in. So they might not benefit much from the ADS-B receiver. So how do we look at weather? Do we look that on our app? Do we look that on ForeFlight or iFlight GPS? How do we look at the weather? Okay,
so our app does not show you weather radar. You need to be flying in a country that supports ADS-B, the 978 megahertz frequency, which is basically ground towers that are broadcasting the weather information to the air. And the BOM's ADS-B receiver, it's a dual band receiver, so it has the 970 megahertz for the weather, and it has the 1090 for the Mode S transponders for the traffic. And when the BOM picks up the weather, basically ADS-B works in the following manner. Your local weather, it's broadcasted in a 2-minute interval. So every 2 minutes, the BOM should have received all the weather, the radar, from your local area.
Okay.
For the national, like the whole weather in the United States, it takes 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes, it basically should have received the whole weather. So you can see if you're using ForeFlight, I mean, it's a beautiful day right now. There's not a single cloud in the air, so I don't think we're going to see any rain, but we can check if you are.
Oh, I can see here along the coast, on the Tampa area, the Clearwater area, we can see some heavy rain on that side.
So I would say this is this comes on that 2-minute interval. And if we zoom out, any weather that's outside would be the national weather, which is 15 minutes. It takes 15 minutes. So sometimes, let's say you shut down your iPad, or you were watching a movie or something, you got out of the app, that weather is going to be interrupted. So ADS-B is, you need to be constantly connected to the BOM to be receiving this weather so that it displays real time on your app.
Okay. So what about data recording? So we have this beautiful Cessna 172 that we mainly use for flight training. Tell me a little bit more about data recording. How can we benefit from it?
So the BOM has a little lid on the side, and if you open that lid, you will have access to the USB for charging your BOM and an SD card, micro SD card. And in this SD card, you're going to find all the flights. You basically don't have to do anything. The BOM automatically records. As soon as it gets a GPS fix, it starts recording your flights. Everything from GPS, latitude, longitude, speed, climb rates, everything to the AHRS and the pitot and the static. So it's great because for flight schools, you can do flight analysis afterwards.
Okay.
Or an instructor, if you want to review the flight, you can connect this, import this flight into Cloud Ahoy, for example, and it's a great solution for you to see. It basically rates you as how good of a pilot you are. Or if you're doing stall maneuvers, it would give you a score of how good you did these maneuvers, and so on. So this is a great feature that most times gets overlooked by pilots because they don't know about it.
So Ananda, tell me a little bit more if you can explain our viewers, how were we able to mount this BOM on this Cessna certified airplane, let's say?
Currently, the BOM on this 172 we install on a maintenance plate, and it's holding the airspeed really good. The GPS we can see on, if we go to the status page, we have 11 satellites on the GPS, so this is a really nice location for our BOM. And the best thing, like if you compare to a portable ADS receiver, because the BOM is outside, we have a clear view to the ground towers for the ADS, so it's the best reception that you can get. And you have a clear view to the GPS, so we have to GPS satellites, and it's a clear view to the other airplanes around. So as far as ADS reception, it's better. It's a great platform because it's sitting outside already, and it's not obstructing your view. I mean, you don't have anything on your dashboard right now, so it's really nice. And the other great thing is that portable ADS-B receivers, they give you GPS information. So it's GPS derived data. The BOM has its own integrated pitot static system. And so if anything were to fail right now on your primary flight instruments, the BOM, it's basically going to give you a complete backup here. In this IFI screen. This is indicating airspeed, this is pressure altitude, and this is aviation grade ARs. So technically you can get out of any emergency when you have a BOM, which you cannot do with a portable ADS-B receiver.
So the way we install this BOM, so there's many, I've seen this, so there's many type of installations. So we installed our inspection plate, which also we have available for sale if you want to get an inspection panel. We also have a strap mount that we can do, and there's a standard bracket that comes with the unit that you can install it anywhere. If you have an experimental airplane, if you have a low wind, most likely on the wingtip, it's a pretty good installation for if you have an experimental. If you have a certified aircraft, then you will ask your mechanic on how to. The mechanic will be the judge on how to do that installation, and he will be the one doing the approval since the BOM is NORC approved by the FAA. So like we were talking, you can use it on any certified aircraft as a backup system only. Ananda, do you have any tips for me when it comes to using the bomb?
Yeah, so essentially the bomb is being recharged right now by your turbine. And when you land, it goes into battery mode. Some pilots forget to put the red cover on, or they put the red cover backwards, and this will basically drain the battery. The bomb wakes up with the vibration of the engine, or if you have some wind and the airplane is moving, the bomb wakes up like, okay, I'm ready to fly. So make sure when you land, you put the red cover on, and I'll show you when we land. I'll show you how to do this.
How to properly install it. Okay, and so you mentioned that the unit turns on with the vibration of the engine. So let's say I'm flying and I mean, I don't want this to happen, but let's say if I have an engine failure, will I lose my bomb?
No, no. So because the bomb has an internal battery, and you lose the engine, you still have some speed. The turbine is still gonna be powering the bomb. But let's say you're flying so slow that the turbine stops moving. You still have a battery inside that's good for 2 hours. Once the bomb wakes up, either by vibration or you turn it on with a USB, it will remain on until 10 minutes pass by. At this 10 minutes, we check, are you moving? Are you taxiing? Are you flying? Are you doing something? If the bomb is staying still, then we shut down the processes. But if you have some airspeed or ground speed, the bomb will remain on. So even on a slow flight, the turbine is not spinning, you're flying, your bomb is still going to remain on until you come to a stop.
Okay.
The other way to turn off the bomb is by putting the red cover on. The red cover has a magnet inside, and the bomb has a magnet, so it's a magnet switch. Once you put the red cover on, it disconnects, it isolates the battery from the system, and your bomb will never turn on. It's important to remember this when you're charging your bomb, because some pilots forget, and if you try to charge your bomb with the cover on, the battery is isolated from the system, so you cannot charge it.
Okay.
When you're charging your bomb, take the red cover off, charge with a USB that provides enough power to charge the bomb. Like some computers do not have enough amperage there, so you can use a wall plug, to like the same that you use to charge your iPhone. That works too.
All right, Ananda, so coming back to installation, on this Cessna we have a high wind. It's a high wind airplane. We have kind of like a direct line of sight for the bomb. What about a low wind airplane? A lot of people ask me, should I mount the bomb on top of the on the top side of the wing, or which I do not recommend that, because obviously the pressure above the wing is not the same as the pressure below the wing. So for installation, the better installation is under the wing. But what about a low wind airplane and signal to the iPad?
Yeah, so here on this 172, this is the optimal installation, because we have clear view to the bomb and the Wi-Fi communication is great. But on a low wing airplane, it would be the same. If you see that antenna on the bottom of the wing, that's a Wi-Fi antenna. That will give you plenty of range on a low wing airplane. In fact, our test bed, it's an RV9, it's a low wing airplane, and we have 2-3 bombs all the time there. We have them one on the wing tip, and then the communication is no problem. So yeah, low wing or high wing should be good to go.
Perfect. And going back to installation, so we recommend to install the unit as far forward or towards the leading edge as you can, because I've seen a lot of people, hey, I want to install it on an inspection plate, but the inspection plate is very far behind, but that might block the GPS signal. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. So optimal installation is, to see as many satellites as we can. if your inspection plate, I mean, you can test it. You can install the bomb, go fly. What you want to be looking at is on this status page that you have at least 5 or 6 satellites or more. I mean, if you have 12, that's awesome. You need 4 satellites to establish a position fix. So if you have 7, 8, it's a good installation. If you see that the GPS is going in and out, then you might probably want to change the installation to have better view of the sky.
Alright everyone, this is it about the bomb. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at aviationsupport@levil.com, or you can go to, if you want to see other installations or ask other pilots what they have done on their installations, you can go to our Facebook group, which is Levil Aviation Official Community. So if you have any questions, or if you're going to ask any other pilot, and we are also there to answer any questions that you guys may have.
If you have photos of your bomb installation, we would love to see them and share them on our social media as well. That's it. I think that's it for bomb video. See you on the next one.
On to the next one.
Bye.